Good morning, rise and shine. It is a beautiful day here in Austin, Texas, and I am Lindsay Gramont, the Homemade Mommy. You can check out my blog at homemademommy.net, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own homemade deodorant, because we know that aluminum is linked to Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's, and why would we want to rub that on our armpits and lymph nodes for 70 years? I know that I personally didn't want to do that, and so about, I think 3 or 4 years ago, I wrote this blog post with this recipe, and I've been making it ever since. And if you were, are you watching this from my personal profile, you'll see on my post yesterday where I asked if you wanted to see this video. There's a lot of testimonials of people who've been using this for a number of years as well. Now, I live in Austin, Texas, and if you know Texas, Central Texas, you know that it's really hot and humid. Today it's going to be 90 degrees, and I've been using this homemade deodorant for over 3 years, and I've never had a problem with it at all. I'm not stinky, I am not sweaty. So this is a good deodorant, not just for smell, but it's also an antiperspirant. And I'm going to show you how I do that in just a minute. If you are interested in any of my beauty recipes, you can get them in my Beauty Essentials book, which you can find on my blog as well at homemademommy.net/beauty-essentials. And it's got tons more recipes, but you can find a deodorant recipe in there. And now that that's out of the way, you can also subscribe to my newsletter on my blog, and you can get DIY recipes and also real food recipes emailed to you every week. So now that that's out of the way, let's get started with how easy this is. This is going to be super fast. So we get 3 tablespoons of coconut oil, and I like to use a coconut oil that easily you can buy at Costco or on Amazon. And again, on the blog post, you'll find links to get everything that you need to make this recipe. If you're on Amazon Prime, you'll get them in a couple of days. So about 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. Make sure that you get raw virgin coconut oil. Don't buy the kind that's refined, because that doesn't have the same properties and you won't get the same result. Okay, let me make sure this is in my mixer. You can use a hand mixer. You can even use a fork. So it just might take you a little longer. I happen to have my trusty KitchenAid here. And then you're also going to do 2 tablespoons of shea butter. And again, any kind of shea butter will do. I like to get, organic, fair trade shea butter. But we're going to do 2 tablespoons. Let me use this knife to get this off here. Of shea butter. And this recipe will yield you enough that you won't have to make any more for like a year. So if it takes me literally 5 minutes to make this, probably it would take me less if I wasn't talking to all of you wonderful people out there, then I've just saved so much time, because I'm not driving to the drugstore 10 times to get 10 sticks of deodorant. This does not make a stick version of the deodorant, and the reason why is that I travel a lot, and I don't like to carry a big stick, personally. So this comes out kind of like a dough consistency, and I'll show you that in a minute. But I can put a little in like a tiny container to travel with, and it just makes it super easy. And I use literally the tiniest amount when I travel. So that's just how I like it. If you want to get a stick recipe, there are so many good ones out there. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of bentonite clay, and you can again get this on Amazon. This helps to kind of detox the armpits and is also very absorbent. So 2 tablespoons of that. I'm just going to wipe my tablespoon off so I can dip it in my arrowroot flour. We're going to do 6 tablespoons of arrowroot powder, is also very absorbent. Now, the difference between my recipe and a lot of others that you've seen, some are more simple. 3, I don't want to forget where I am here. 4, 5, 6. Alright, that's my arrowroot. The reason this is is different is because of the baking soda content. This recipe only has 1 tablespoon of baking soda, and that is because a lot of people, when they try a homemade deodorant, will go for a recipe that just has, coconut oil and baking soda. But because it has so much baking soda, we all have different pH levels in our bodies, and if you put too much baking soda, you can get rashy pits, and that happened to me. And so I came up with this recipe that's very soothing. You're not going to get rashy pits from this. So that's really the difference. It's for sensitive skin, and it tends to work well for most everyone. And then I am going to add my secret sauce here, which is purification. This is what helps you with the odor, along with that little bit of baking soda. And I'm going to do 10 drops of purification today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Purification is a blend from Young Living that is just great for all kinds of odors. And you can even put this by itself under your armpit. It doesn't last as long, but it is just a super excellent smelling, very refreshing essential oil. And then the real secret sauce here is an essential oil called Petite Grain. And that's Petitgrain. Have you ever heard of Petite Grain? It is an essential oil that is made from the branches and leaves of an orange tree. That's it. So it kind of smells, very herbaceous. I'm going to put 10 drops of that. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this is what helps with the sweat factor. And I have found it just works fantastic. I bought this bottle 3 years ago, and I still haven't finished it because I really only use it for this recipe. So I don't know how much Petite Grain is. Maybe someone can comment with the price, but it's not very expensive. It's not like, so there's 3 different oils from an orange tree. You have orange oil from the actual oranges and the orange peel themselves. You have Petite Grain from the branches and the leaves, and then you have neroli, which is from the orange blossom. And neroli is very expensive, smells really, really super good, but Petite Grain is just from the branches and the leaves. Okay, I'm going to turn on my mixer here. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to start slowly at first because there's a lot of powders in here. I tried to do this with a fork once. It just takes longer, but it's possible. Here comes all the powder. Since I turned it up to make it fast for you guys, I'm going to put a towel over it. Now it's like you're just making food. I mean, this is like making a dough, just like any other. You've got coconut oil, you've got a kind of flour here. That's all this is. It's nothing complicated about it. There's no secret science. There's no weird ingredients that you have to add that are hard to get. Thank you. And that's it. So it's going to get very doughy here. I'm going to keep it going for a little while. And then I'm just going to scoop it in a jar. I hope you guys can still hear me over the sound of the mixer going. But I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when it's done, because I have some here that I'm running out of from last year. I buy these cute little kind of sample beauty sticks. I don't know what you call these, little plastic thing, and that's what I used to get it out with. But you can see the consistency is just, it's like a soft dough. I don't know how else to describe it. But I literally just this is almost too much. This is how much I put on my little stick. See, it's like a pea-sized amount. That's it. I put half that side on one pit. I know, I'm demonstrating this. Totally TMI. And then the same amount on the other pit. And it lasts 24 hours. I mean, I don't smell at night. I don't sweat. I basically, because I live in Austin, I sweat everywhere else on my body, but not on my pits. Because it's super sweaty here. Let me see if we're getting somewhere here. I'm getting closer. But I'm not going to wait for that to finish. It's going to turn out just like this. And that's it. That's how easy it is. I scoop it into a jar, and it lasts me over a year. And I can give people samples, and I can put a little bit in a little jar for travel. It's super easy. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick demo. And if you want to see more of these, you can head over to my blog, or you can get the book so that you don't have to have your computer in the kitchen. Again, that's at www.homademommy.net/beauty-essentials. And definitely sign up for my newsletter so you can hear about sales and things like that. Have a wonderful day. Bye.